outdoorsmen. We are headed out on a kayaking adventure today, and of all places, Las Vegas. So this is kind of an inside-outside experience as well. We are, although we're inside, it is big enough in here that it certainly feels like it's outside. So stay tuned for some short clips inside outside, and then the rest of the day will be outside. Let's get outdoors. This is so cool that it gives you the feel of being outside because of how we painted the roof. Carol Ann at her happiest.
It's the second tallest arch bridge on Earth. As we get to the other side, we will officially be in Arizona. That being said, welcome to Arizona.
Okay, outdoorsmen, we are at Lake Mead, and we are getting ready to paddle up the Colorado River. So it was about an hour outside of Las Vegas, so we're getting ready to go, and it's about 2 miles up to Emerald Cave and then 2 miles back. So hopefully you are going to really enjoy this adventure. We're getting outside. The interesting thing here is that we are at historic lows for Lake Mead. Our guide said that it was in 2022 the lowest it has ever been, to the point where you were not even able to have the Hoover Dam turbines running at 100%. So it is up a little bit, so we're looking forward to having a great paddle today. Well, there's my best friend and paddling buddy for the day. And there are lots of coots here in this cove. Hopefully we'll see lots more animals and birds as we travel upstream. All right, outdoorsmen, we are actually paddling between two states. Over here on the right is Arizona. Over here on the left is Nevada. So we are traveling up the Colorado River right now, and literally the Colorado is the border between Arizona and Nevada.
I'm not
Bluebills
sure
over there.
what part of the river here that it counts for, but you can't tow anything, like no tubes or wakeboards. That's going to be halfway back. And when we stop, we're going to do that little hike I was talking about. When we do that hike, we're going up a hill. There's a little foundation to an old house. That house is demolished, but the concrete foundation is there. And there's a trail that runs up the Arizona side of the canyon, a little bit over a mile from the house back there. And if you look to the right, you can see some parts of that trail, like some very neatly stacked rocks. Just a hair further up to the right, you can see there's like those poles sticking up out of the ground with the wire, like a handrail. Now, if you follow that up a bit further, okay, there's a big cove up here to the right. Let's call it the 2 o'clock position from the orange triangle sign. You all see the wooden cart hanging above the water, like 50 feet up in the air there? That is also part of the same trail. Now, if you follow the cable left, you'll see the wooden walkway above the orange triangle sign. Also part of the same trail. So they'd hike up here, hop in the cable cart, cross over to the wooden walkway. You hike down the mountainside a bit further, and then there's a second cable cart, just like this one, that crosses over to that gray shack up there on the left side. Can you guys all see the gray shack?
Yeah.
So the gray shack, it's a river gauging station, and it was built in 1935, as was the house and the whole trail in between. They built it when they finished Hoover Dam, and the purpose of this stuff being here, as they started to pump water through the dam, they were measuring the water depth, the sediment, and the current, and they were essentially like calibrating Hoover Dam, kind of like determining how much water to release. It was only used for 4 years through 1939, and the stuff's all just been sitting there pretty much since then. So like the cable cart's falling apart. People do still walk on the catwalk. Yeah, the carts are pinned in the middle. They're inaccessible. The catwalk, however, if you park your boat at the other end, you can hike up and walk on it. All the man-made stuff out here, it's on the National Register of Historical Places, got added to that list in 1986. And at the time, they said they classified it as receiving no maintenance or restoration. So pretty much, the Park Service said we're going to let it fall apart. I'm pretty sure they've replaced the wood on the catwalk, though, because they wouldn't let you walk up there if it was that old. Yeah, this, that's picture perfect.
Oh, I mean, we're pretty perfect. We're 6 teachers.
Right, so cameras.
Brown.
It's my favorite place to go people watch.
That's a really nice spot.
Okay, 2 caves in a day, sir.
I am not.
Excuse me, sir. Do I only pay for one day?
Good luck.
Can't speak on behalf of the boss man, but
Right out of my
Nice
kayak.
case of the shakes, huh?
I think I just it wasn't straight, and when I leaned back,
Oh, jeez.
A little hard to see, but definitely some bluebills there.
Native Americans would trap arrow traps on this. They would also use it to weave together like baskets, other smaller projects, the roofs to their huts, and the roots of the plant are edible. Native Americans would like chew on them raw or make a tea out of it. It's supposed to help with digestion. So if you got like nausea or diarrhea or something, sort of like nature's Pepto-Bismol. Not sure how effective it is, but that's what it's supposed to help out with. And then behind you guys, a little bit taller, kind of yellowish bush. It's called tamarisk. And tamarisk is an invasive species in the U.S. It's native in Africa, and it's been here for a very long time. But it's a very dominant plant. Like as we paddle back, you look along the shorelines, you'll see a bunch of tamarisk right along the river. Reason for that, like any plant would be, it absorbs all the water in the ground. Like any plant would, it absorbs all the water in the ground. But it's a very salty plant. So when it absorbs all the water, it essentially like replaces the water that it sucks up with salt, and it kind of like dehydrates other plants to death. So yeah, if you come in the summertime, right now is just not a good example because it's like dead, but if you come in the summertime, all this stuff that's yellow would be green. You can pick it off and like roll it in your fingers, and you'll have like salt left on your fingers, or if you taste it, it's super salty.
oh my god. Okay, chill out. Remember me telling the bouncer to get you? Get the short one. Okay, short key. Short
Listen.
key. Here's a short key.
Size is all relative to different things.
Hey, Dad, come here. No.
Is it safe
Stay
to
with
sit
it.
here? Is it safe to sit here?
He's like, I heard you wanted me.
canvas backhand.
Oh.
All right, outdoorsmen. Well, I do have man's best friend here with me for the wrap up and learnings for the paddle on the Colorado. I would say one of the biggest things that I learned is that a comfortable seat and a carbon paddle are both very well worth the investment. Had both of those things, and we did a 4-mile paddle, and it was really, really enjoyable. The other thing that I learned was that between the Hoover Dam and Davis Dam, it's essentially all flat water. I know that the Colorado is famous for massive rapids to do float tours on, and that just wasn't the case for us as you saw today. So two really interesting things that I took away, and I hope you all really enjoyed the video and looking forward to getting outdoors with you next time. Take care.